Hello everyone, myself Namrata Thakur, Senior Lecturer in the Department of Computer Engineering at Praveen Patil Polytechnic, Bhinder East. Today we are going to learn the second chapter of operating system, that is services and component of OS. Welcome to the first part of the second chapter. Students, I have already posted the 4 videos related to the first chapter of the operating system. From that videos, you are aware of the different concepts related to the OS such as introduction, example, types, objective of the OS along with the evaluation of OS. In this chapter, we are going to learn about different services and the different components of the OS. So let's start the second chapter with the different services of the OS first. As we have discussed in a first chapter, OS is a program which controls the execution of all the program running inside the computer system. But how is possible? It performs some function, it performs some operation, and it provides some services. That is, your OS is going to provide some services so that the user can easily use and interact with the system. What are those? The different services. I have listed some different services over here like user interface, program execution, file system manipulation, input-output operation, and many more. Let's see each and everything in detail. The first service provided by the OS is the user interface. We have already seen the concept called as a user interface in a first chapter. Interface or the media or the platform which is required to interact with the system is called as a user interface. OS provides you the two user interface like CLI and GUI, command line interface and graphical user interface, so that you can easily interact with the system. That means by typing the command or by entering the command, you can perform the different tasks, as well as in case of GUI, by clicking on the menus or the icons, you can interact with the system. This is the first service provided by the operating system. The second service is the program execution. Operating system always load each and every program in the memory for the execution. It will allocate and deallocate the memory to the program for the execution, because every program must get loaded in the memory for the execution. The third service provided by your operating system is file system manipulation. As we have already discussed the component of the OS in detail in a first chapter, file system manipulation is a service provided by the OS so that you can easily create, delete the files, or you can perform the different operations like cut, copy, delete, etc. on the file. The next operation is input-output operation. There are n number of devices attached to your system. You can attach the different devices. Students, you can attach keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner, monitor, otherwise the devices which you require for your convenience. So, operating system provides the facility or provide the services so that you can easily manage these input-output devices. The next different services, which is quite similar to the operations of the OS. The next service is the resource allocation. Whenever there are n number of jobs or n number of tasks performed by the OS or by the computer, at that time it requires the n number of resources. For example, suppose I want to print the Word document. What will happen, student? What extra requirement over here? But obvious, I require one application program like Word, Microsoft Word, and I require one resource, hardware resource called as a printer. Therefore, resource allocation task is done, or resource allocation is a service provided by the OS so that you can easily attach or deattach or allocate or deallocate the different resources to the particular process. The next one is a error detection. Error detection is one of the powerful service provided by the OS. What exactly the error detection is? Student, imagine. Suppose there is a virus in your computer system, or suppose you want to delete. There are two examples over here. First one, if there is a virus in your computer system and suppose you want to delete the particular file. In case of first example, if virus is present and if antivirus is there, it will show you the error message over there, virus is present. In second example, if you want to delete the file, it will ask you whether you permanently want to delete the file or not. That means I am not talking about the error detection, but it will provide you message so that you can prevent the particular thing. The next example related to the error detection is, suppose there is a RAM failure in a computer system. Then continuous beep indication is there, which indicates that there is an error in the memory. So this is all about the error detection service of the OS. OS provide error detection facility so that user can come to know easily the different errors, whether it's the software errors or the hardware error related to the computer system. The next one is account service provided by the operating system. Accounting is nothing but keeping track of all the resources used by the system or used by the user. As I have written over here, OS keeps a track of which users are using how much and what kinds of computer resources. For example, there are two users. One user is using the printer and another user is using the scanner. Or one user is using one file, file 1, and second user is using second file, that is file 2. Or they are using the different application program. Therefore, operating system provides the facility that it will keep the record of each and everything available in the OS. Students, you might aware of this thing that in computer system, suppose I am opening the PowerPoint. At that time, how much memory get allocated to that PowerPoint is listed in a taskbar or other facility provided by the OS. The next one is the security and protection. This is again the important feature or the service provided by the OS. The OS provides you the facility to prevent the user from the unauthorized access. It will provide some access control facility like read control, write control, otherwise read and write control simultaneously to protect from the unauthorized access. As well as there are n number of mechanisms. You are protecting your computer or your mobile phone with the help of password, fingerprint, otherwise the pattern, that is nothing but the security and the protection facility provided by the OS. So these are all about the services of an OS. Let's start with the second part of this video, that is component of the OS. Students, I think you are aware of this thing, or that we have already seen the concept called as a component of computer system in a first part or the first chapter. There are hardware, software, user and the application program, which are come under the category of components of computer system. But components of OS is completely different concept. Don't get confused with component of computer system and components of operating system. Components of operating system are as follow: process management, file management, main memory management, IO device management, and secondary storage management. Thus, there are 5 components related to operating system. Let's see each and every component in detail. The first component of the operating system is process management. As the name suggests, process management. It is going to manage the process. Manage the process means what? The activity or the procedure for managing the different processes running inside the computer system. That means process management is an activity which is going to manage the different processes inside the computer system. Now, student, you might have a question in your mind what exactly the process is. If OS is managing the different processes, then what exactly the process is? Process is any program which is in execution. That means suppose there is one game called as a PUBG or suppose a Road Rash installed in your computer system. If I am installing means just copy the particular program in my C drive or D drive. That is just a program. That means that is a passive entity which gets stored on your secondary storage device. But as soon as you double click on it for opening it, it becomes a process. That means here the program called as a Road Rash become a process. Whenever I'm talking about the mobile OS, suppose WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one application program, and once you click on that to open it, it become a process. Therefore, process is nothing but the program in a execution. So, whenever any program is loaded in the memory for the execution, it become a process. So, there are n number of processes which varies from system process to the user process. System is also executing some processes or some program at the background. So, that is come under the category of system process, and if user runs some program, at that time that comes under the category of user process. If you are running the WhatsApp, that comes, or if you are running the Road Rash, PowerPoint, Paint, that comes under the category of user process. And process management is the activity of managing all these processes inside the computer system. But the question is that how basically the OS is going to perform the process management. So, there are n number of activities or the function provided by the operating system so that you can easily manage, or system can easily manage the activity called as a process management. What are those functions or activities? The activities or the activities or the functions related to the process management are creation or deletion of the process. That means by using this activity or function, user or system can easily create or delete the particular process. Suspension and resumption of the process. Suppose you are playing the game. That means you are executing, or your system is executing one process called as a game. You are pause and again playing the game. So pause is nothing but you are suspending that particular process for particular period of time, and again you are resuming the game. That means resumption of that process. Suppose the process required anything which is the input from the output of one process become the input of the second process. At that time, the process synchronization is required. The OS provides the mechanism for process synchronization, as well as whenever process want to share the data with each other, it will provide the mechanism for process communication, as well as it will provide the mechanism for deadlock handling. We will see what do you mean by deadlock in the next chapter surely. The next component is file management. File management is the process of managing the different files or directories present in your computer system. So how OS is going to perform that? Again, by doing some function, by performing some function or activities, OS is going to manage the different files or directory present in the system. What are those activities? Creation and deletion of the file. OS provides a platform or service, therefore you can easily create or delete the files and directory. Just right click and create the files or something else. So that means, or right click delete. So you can easily create and delete the files and directory present in your system. OS support the different operation for manipulating the files and directory. OS provides you the facility students so that you can easily rename, cut, copy, paste, modify, etc. operations on the files as well as directory. Now, the next one is mapping the files onto the secondary storage. You can easily move the file from your computer system to the secondary storage. So that means, for example, I am copying the file from hard disk to the pen drive. What will happen? I am mapping it from the one device to the another storage medium. Next one, you can back up the files on the stable storage media. That means OS provides the facility in case of if there is an accidentally loss of file. Suppose you by mistakenly delete the file or by mistakenly corrupt the file. At that time, OS provides the backup. Backup in the sense you can take the duplicate or you can create the duplicate copy of the particular file. The next component is main memory management. All you know that what do you mean by main memory? But obvious RAM, which is the central part of your computer system and which is used to store the data. Why RAM is required? Is main memory is required, student? Answer is obviously yes. Why? Because every program must be loaded in the memory for the execution. Therefore, main memory management is the important activity or important function provided by or performed by the OS. As the name suggests, main memory management, the activity or the different processes which are conducted by using the sequence of reads and write operation over here is called as a main memory management. Again the same thing, the different functions and the activities performed by the OS so that it can manage the memory in the computer system. The different operations and activities are, first of all, operating system always keep the track of primary memory. That means suppose I am having the two programs running inside the computer system. So one program requires 400 MB and one program requires suppose the 600 MB. So how much memory is occupied by which program is determined or sorry is recorded by the operating system. Now determine what part of the OS is used by whom and what part is not used. After that, allocating and deallocating the memory when process requires it. Allocating means whenever the user want to load the or want to run the program, at that time the memory is allocated to the process, and once you click on the close button, suppose you are playing the game and you are closing the game, at that time the memory allocated to that particular process is deallocated over there. The next component of the OS is IO system management. IO system, input output device system. There are n number of devices like keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner, monitor. The activity or the function performed by the OS for the management of the IO system is nothing but IO system management. See here, it is a process for managing the different IO system which include the different devices, device driver and the supporting function. It is the major function of the OS because computer system is made up of the different input-output devices. Therefore, to manage the different devices along with the device drivers and the other supporting system is the main function of the operating system. The I/O system management consists of the functions or activities like supporting the device driver, that means supporting the files which is required to run the particular I/O device. For example, there are printer drivers which is required to run the printer successfully. Provides the mechanism to drive the specific hardware. Suppose you are attaching the printer to your system, so it will provide you the mechanism so that you can drive that specific hardware. It will also support the different management techniques like spooling, buffering, caching, etc. For example, what do you mean by spooling, buffering, caching, etc.? Suppose you are giving two tasks to the printer for the printing. At that time, first of all, first task will get printed. At that time, the second part is get stored in the somewhere in the memory of the printer. That concept comes under the category of spooling and buffering. The last component of the operating system is secondary storage management. We have already seen the component main memory management. Main memory is not sufficient to store all the data inside your computer system. Therefore, or you can say that it is too small to accommodate all the data and programs permanently in your computer system. Therefore, you need a secondary storage device. Students, what are the examples of secondary storage? You might have heard about pen drive, hard disk, CD-ROM, etc. These all are secondary storage devices. To manage these devices is the process of secondary storage management. The secondary storage management consists of the functions like free space management, storage allocation, and disk scheduling. For example, I am using the pen drive. So at that time, how much pen drive is a secondary storage. So how much space is free? How to allocate the data over there is the task of secondary storage management. This is all about the component and the services of an OS. Thank you. I will very soon upload the second part of the second chapter. If you have any doubt, keep posting the same. I will surely help you to solve the same. Thank you.